Forgiveness as a Christian should be easy, right? It should just be like, I have the Holy Spirit. Like, it's easy, but it is not. One of my favorite authors, the late Tim Keller, there's a quote that he used to start off the writing, and it basically says that forgiveness is a form of voluntary suffering. In forgiving, rather than retaliating, you make a choice, that's really important, to bear the cost. Jesus talks about the nature of sin in Matthew 6, and he uses a monetary debt, money. He uses money as an example, of course, because we can understand it better. And in God's kingdom and his economy is just so different from ours, right? So let's think about how debts work. So, for example, Andrea, if I come over your house and I break a lamp, then somebody has to pay for it, right? There's two options. Either I'll pay for the lamp, say it's $50. I pull $50 out of my pocket and I have to pay. Or you say, I'll cover it, I'll pay the $50. Or you don't, I don't, and you live in darkness. So at some point, the thing about forgiveness is that we're always needing to absorb a cost, right? He goes on to talk about how no matter what the wrongdoing is, whether it is a monetary thing, and not saying that like I'm wrong for breaking your life, it could have been an accident. He goes on to talk about like maybe an emotional loss or wrongdoing. So he uses the example of reputation, which personally I've walked through. So say someone lies about you and spreads false information, slanders your name, and your reputation is ruined or tainted. What does that cost you? It costs you probably some happiness, probably some peace of mind, and probably an opportunity. And so what happens from there? Well, okay, I have to make a choice. Naturally, the flesh is like, no, this person needs to pay. Like, you can't just go say things that are not right about me and cost me my job or like my happiness or sanity, whatever it is. You deserve to pay for this. And forgiveness says, well, I'm going to endure this suffering and forgive you for it, but I'm still paying. Like, there's still a suffering that has to happen anytime we forgive. I never really thought of forgiveness as a form of voluntary suffering. I always figured because I'm a Christian and because I have the Holy Spirit, when someone does me wrong, no matter what, if they do it to me or someone in my family, I should be able to forgive them. It was almost like this, like I made the joke earlier, like this little mason jar of fairy dust, like sprinkle forgiveness. Like, let me just open the jar of forgiveness and sprinkle it on the situation and then it'll all be done. But that's not what it is. That's not what Jesus did. Like, there was a cost that there was a cost. He had to die. There was suffering that had to happen for us, for our sin to be covered.